In question 2, we are looking at whole numbers, okay? So 2.1, state whether each of the following statements is true or false. So we must just say whether they're true or false. The first statement is that 0 divided by 86. What is that? We know that is 0, okay? When you take 0, you cut it into any number of pieces, you'll still get 0. Okay? What is on the right hand side of this thing? We have 86 and we want to divide it by 0. But division by 0 is not allowed, okay? So this is undefined. For that reason, we see that this is false. They are not equal. So on the left, we have 0, and that is undefined, okay? Moving on to this second one, we have 10 plus 5 plus 12. The brackets are around 12 and 5. On the right hand side, we have 10 plus 5 plus 12. And the brackets are around 10 and 5. Okay? So, you see that we're adding three numbers, 10 plus 5 plus 12. Only that they changed the location of the brackets. So we must start by doing what is in the brackets first, according to the BODMAS rule. Because the BODMAS rule is stated like this, okay? BODMAS. So you'll see that brackets always come first. B is for brackets, okay? Now, we say 10 plus, what is 5 plus 12? That is 17. And when we add those two numbers, 10 and 17, we get 27. What about this side? In the brackets first, and we do 10 plus 5, it's 15. We must add that to 12, okay? So when you add 15 and 12, what you get is 27. So we see that they are equal, okay? So this statement is true because it says that they are equal, okay? Now, when you go over to 2.2, we must simplify, showing all the calculations. This is 15 plus 20. In brackets, we must divide by 7, and then we must subtract 2. We start by doing what is in the brackets first, according to the BODMAS rule, and then division. This is for division. This is division. This is multiplication, okay? So, what do we have in the brackets? 15 plus 20, and it is 35. You add the tens together, and you add the units together. So 10 and a 20 will give us 30, a 5 and a 0 will give us 5. Then we must divide by 7, and we must subtract 2. According to the BODMAS, we must now do D for division, because you look at the BODMAS rule from the left hand side going that way. 35 divided by 7 gives us 5. When we subtract 2, we get 3. So our answer is 3. Okay. We now have this interesting problem to solve here. We have 3 guys, Thabo, Silas, and Jacob. They are paid an amount of 1,500 for work that they did. They share the amount in the ratio 6:5:4. So 6 is for Thabo, 5 for Silas, and 4 for Jacob. Let's look at this. So if we have 6:5:4, what do you get when you add these 3 numbers together? You get 15, okay? So it means if they were sharing 15 rand, what will happen is that for every 15 rand, Thabo gets 6 rand, Silas gets 5 rand, and Jacob gets 4 rand. Okay, and the amount is finished. But now, we want them to share what amount? 1,500 rand. And they're asking us how much Silas will get. We know Silas, out of 15 rand, Silas gets how much? Silas is our second guy. He gets 5 rand out of 15. Okay, for every 15 rand, Silas is going to get 5 rand. Okay, now this is the fraction that Silas gets, and for us to know how much he'll get out of 1.5, we take this fraction, we multiply it by 1,500. You must, okay, let's see, how can we solve this easy? I think a good idea is to simplify this fraction. You can see that when you simplify it, you can obviously just punch it into your calculator, but I would do this. I would say 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 3 into 15 goes 3 times. So this is the same as having 1 out of 3. And I multiply that by 1.5. 1.5 is divided by 1. If I want to make it into a fraction, any single number is divided by 1, okay? Now I can just multiply the top together, this 1 multiplied by 1.5, and I get 1.5. And I can multiply 3 by 1 to get 3. How can I solve this without my calculator? I say, because there's zeros on the right hand side to the end, I can say 3 into 15. How many times does it go? Well, it goes 5 times, okay? And then what you see is that you have 2 zeros. So you must remember to bring your 2 zeros, okay? So it means if we had 1,500 rand, what Silas would get, this is Silas' share, okay? What Silas would get is 500 rand, okay? So the answer is that he receives 500 rand. Let's, just for interest's sake, do what the share, this is Silas. So what share would Thabo get? Let's do Thabo in the red, okay? Thabo. And he is at the beginning. He gets 6 rand out of 15 rand. We again multiply this by 1.5, 1,500. And we will see that we can simplify this again. 6, okay, let's do 3. 3 can go into 6 and can go into 15. So it's a common factor. We call it a common factor. So 3 would go 2 times in here, and 3 would go 5 times in here. So this fraction is the same as 2 out of 5. I do this because I don't want to use a calculator, okay? This is 1,500. You can think of it as being under, having 1 underneath. And you can do your normal multiplication. 2 multiplied by 1,500 is going to give you 3,000. And then you must divide by 5. How can I think about this and do it without a calculator? Because all the way to the right there's only zeros. I can say 5 into 30. It goes, when I say 5 into 3, it doesn't go. 5 into 30, it goes 6 times. So I used the 30 and the 5. I must have my 2 zeros at the end. So it means if our amount was 1,500, Thabo would get 600 rand, okay? Let's move on to, let me see if this color is good. Okay, let's choose that color. I like that color. See, it's clear. Okay, let's think about, that was Thabo. Let's look at Jacob. What would Jacob get if we asked that question? Well, we know that Jacob gets 4 rand out of 15 rand, okay? So he's 4 out of 15. And you multiply that by 1,500. 1,500 multiplied by 4. I can just do 15 multiplied by 4. And that gives me 6. So I get 60. When I multiply 15 by 2, I get 30. If I multiply 15 by another 2, I get 16. So, and then I must have my 2 zeros, that's 6,000, and I can divide that by 15. What do I get? Well, how many times does 15 go into 60? We know it goes 2 times into 30. 60's got 2 30's, so it's going to go 4 times into 60, and we have our 2 zeros at the end. And you see that Jacob would get 400 rand. If you add the amount that Jacob gets to the amount that Thabo gets, you will realize that you get 1,000 rand. So 400 plus 600 plus 500, and you see that the total comes to 1,500. So it means we divided the whole amount in the correct ratio. They are not sharing the amount equally, they are sharing it in the ratio 6:5:4.